on? Am I in frame? Yay! Just getting the clarity here. Oh my goodness. Oh no, my TV's showing a commercial. Hold on. No volume, no volume. How do I do this? Technical difficulties if anyone's watching. I'm trying to put the comments on my TV screen so that I can see and respond while my hands are mucky. But yeah. I guess my feed is showing me an advertisement right now, so I don't know if anybody's actually watching yet. How many ads is it going to show me? Oh goodness. I'm watching my own advertisements right now. All right, what am I making today? It's going to be ring dishes. It's going to be ring dishes. Oh, I'm successfully connected to myself. Okay. Things are happening. Things are happening. Hello, everybody. If anybody is seeing this, say hello. All right, so I was not feeling particularly motivated to do pottery this week. Hi. Is that my husband? Oh, my husband's saying hi. I don't know if that counts as a real viewer. That's okay. But yes, I have not been feeling motivated to do ring dishes this week, partly because of the extreme repetition of the activity. I have made so many of these ring dishes. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find the motivation sometimes. I thought if I scheduled a live, then I would be held accountable and actually get something done. So this is me being accountable. Hi, Susan Winward, Sailor Juliet, Gwen Sando Pottery? Thanks for joining me, guys. I've been thinking that this winter, when I get back from vacation, yeah, that's the real topic. I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving on Friday, so I'm not going to be here. I've got a few videos scheduled so that it doesn't look like I'm completely gone, but I'm going to be completely gone. I'm going on a cruise, and yeah, I'll be gone. Oh, you're the one up near Newport, Maine. Okay, hi. So yes, I was thinking, I'm completely off topic now, but I was thinking that when I get back from vacation, that I might try to do some pottery challenges live. Maybe there could be a set time and we'd all get on together and do some pottery together. I think the Great Pottery Throwdown's coming up, and not that I have that ability to watch that show yet, but it would be really fun, I thought, if we did some sort of pottery challenges together in the winter. Right? That would be fun. Yes. Gwen is agreeing with me. Oh, so yeah, ring dishes. My cruise, so I'm flying out on Friday and I won't be back until like 10 days, the following Monday. But after that, we could do some more pottery together. I do have a kiln opening that I've scheduled to come out this Sunday, and then I have a glaze review the following Sunday. In the glaze review, well, you'll get a preview of it on the kiln opening, but it came out really great. I did a mixed glaze, bright sky blue, and I was really happy with how that came out. So it's a good mixed glaze. I've been getting a little tired of all the glaze brushing. I know it's I guess there comes a point in the year where you're just like, oh, it'd be nice to just dip instead of brush. But there's so many interesting brushing glazes. It's hard. I feel like the glaze recipes that you find often require so much more work than the brushing glazes because they're just kind of a little bit untested. It's like finding the finding the cooking recipe online and realizing that not a single other person has ever made this recipe, and you're like, is this going to be terrible? Is this going to taste any good? Is it going to crawl? So it's definitely, yeah. It's hard. New recipes are hard. You don't want to waste your materials. You don't want to waste your time. But on the other end of it, yeah. You like the brush glaze videos. Oh, good. Somebody's still appreciating. Yes, I mostly buy the Amico glazes because so many other people do. So I've been trying to do some review videos here and there on those, but they really are quite expensive. Yeah, maybe Amico will discover me sometime and send me a box of glazes for free. That's the dream, right? You'll know if I do a video and it seems very, very nice to a glaze. Well, I'm usually pretty positive, but if it seems overly optimistic, then maybe I'll be getting paid by a company or something. As it is right now, you get the unbiased viewpoint of these glazes. I was watching, and a lot of people mentioned his channel when I did my brushing and dipping glaze video recently. Dante from Earth Nation Ceramics, he did a video the other day and he was talking about some new mysterious job that he got offered from his glazing. I was like, I wonder what that is. A job for glaze testing, maybe? What is that job? So after I throw these ring dishes, I have to go ship ring dishes for Etsy. I tell you, the ring dishes, it's never ending. I guess that's what, I mean, you want to get known for something as a potter, right? Like you're looking for, hey, what's my product going to be? What's my style? What's my voice? And then you kind of, oh, somebody's saying, I think Clayscapes has lured him in. That's what I thought too. That was my guess as well. He kept saying like all those nice things. I think I watched his video at the in Sika, and he was just talking them up and how nice they are to be him and everything. So yeah, I do think Clayscapes probably pulled him in. All right, sorry, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention to too many things at once. It's hard to multitask, right? But yes, these ring dishes, I guess I'm known for my small bowls at this point. Oh, you're one of his moderators. Oh, that's interesting. So I don't have a moderator, so if anybody says mean things, I'm not going to be able to delete it, so try to be nice. And if anyone has, if you're watching this after, because last time I got a lot of messages from people who missed my live stream and would have liked to have come to the live stream. So if there are days and times where I could plan a live stream that might work for people, that would be very helpful. Because I'm fairly flexible with my schedule. And I could even go late at night if maybe people want to fall asleep. Although I think it might be more fun to make pottery while other people are making pottery. Thanks, Gwen. She says, I'll remember to post it in my Discord next time. She sounds more tech savvy than me. Oh. So how many of these do I need to make? It would be great if I made 100 of these today. but I have a lot to do to get ready for my trip still. My daughter has dropped her phone one too many times, so I may need to get another cheap phone today before I pick up both of my daughters and bring them to the mall, I guess. I don't know how I get roped into these things. I'm at that phase of parenthood where you're the chauffeur. So yeah, that's another good reason to do ring dishes, because since I'm doing the spiral wire cutoff, I don't need to come back and trim these in a timely manner. Oh, these look pretty good. I guess it's the repetition, huh? Sometimes you wonder if you're going to be able to do two things at once, but I guess muscle memory kicks in and you're able to just make ring dishes. Yeah, sometimes I see these potters and they're known for like these intricate vases, and they've made a name for themselves doing intricate vases, and somehow I became the small bowl person. It was an accident. I didn't intend it. Three, 6, 9, 12. All right. 12. That's all I've gotten done so far. How about anybody watching? Do you guys throw off the hump, or are you throwing off the wheel head? Any preferences? I feel like the better I get, the more I want everything to be off the hump. If only I could ship things as quickly as I could throw them. Ooh. She's saying that she threw a bunch of little bowls last week and used my wiggle wire to make the seashell. Want to learn off the hump. Just know the wheel. Yeah, it's, I know I don't do it the traditional way with the string that wraps around and whips off and whips off. I just yeah, I early on decided that I was a little too sloppy with that. I mean, maybe he'll do that, but if you're looking at these are very clean when I'm taking them off, so that they require very little extra effort later on. So it's funny, now that I've been making these videos for more than a year, I'm starting to see a lot of people on Etsy selling these little ring dishes like I do. And I'm kind of like, I'm not upset. I mean, obviously I made these videos to help people, and there seems to be enough of a market for little teeny bowls that other people can also make little bowls. I'm not going to be jealous. But it is interesting to start seeing other people's listings coming out that look a little bit closer to mine and look like they're, maybe they watch my photography video. It's kind of looks like you're like, oh, that background is even a little bit similar. They're using the, like, you know, granite looking gray stone. It's nice. I hope they're doing well with it too. Oh, Gwen says she's applying for the Common Ground Fair, and you need to have little things that anyone can afford. Absolutely. The Common Ground Fair is such a great fair. Yeah, no, I definitely would love to do a fair sometime. I don't know, maybe I can figure out a good fair and schedule it 2 years in advance for myself. So, you know, for me, I'm booking 2027 weddings right now, and it's so hard to plan any sort of a craft fair or anything like that when you're, you know, booking weddings that are 2 years out. So, will you do more decal videos? Sure. Do you want underglaze transfers or do you want overglaze decals? Only if somebody will actually buy them from my shop. Nobody likes them. My last batch, they just sat and sat and sat in my shop, and then I had to discount them. I was like, ah, all right. I know they sell for some people the overglazed decals, but maybe because I'm so used to, people are so used to my glazed combos that when they see just like a cactus or something on a pot, they're like, what is this? I don't want that. They're like, I'd rather have the night with the 2 layers of floating blue and the crazy snow combo that looks like a kaleidoscope. Why would I want a cactus dish when I could have that? Yeah. Yeah, no, I do like the decals. I have a whole pile of them, so I could definitely make a video. My kiln opening, when I get back from vacation, I've bought a bunch of those Japan Crafts transfers. Oh, I threw my thing off center here. That's okay. It's gonna be a big one. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a whole bunch of the Japan Craft transfers for you guys to look at, see what you think about those different designs. They're really, really beautiful. They almost look like fabric that you would want to buy. I showed them to my mother, who's a quilter, and she's like, how can I buy these? And I'm like, Mom, it's not fabric, it's a tissue transfer. It's only for ceramics. And she's like, what? What do you mean? She's like, she was already planning how she was going to get those into a quilt. Oh, you got some Japan transfers too. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. The Japan transfers, they look so good, right? But the shipping from Australia was like, at least for me, it was like $14. I guess that's not that bad. I mean, I'm intimately aware of shipping costs because I am still offering free shipping through my shop on Etsy over a certain amount if you're getting $35 worth of stuff. So I pay a lot of shipping every day. I just haven't found a good way around it yet. So if I stop offering free shipping, then it just, every time somebody buys like 4 items, the shipping that Etsy calculates, like the guesstimate that they charge people, is so off that I feel like then I have to go in and refund people constantly because I'll get like, 4 ring dishes and it'll charge you like $20 for shipping when it really should have charged you like $7. Yeah, and it's frustrating because I don't want to have to do refunds constantly. So I'm always fighting with myself about whether or not I'm going to keep offering the free shipping over a certain amount. Yo, oh, that's what the shipping was, custom fees. I didn't have to pay any custom fees, I don't think, or they were already included on my Japan Craft order. What did I order? I think I ordered like the sample pack, and then I got a couple of the sheets. I honestly wish I'd gotten bigger pieces of some of them because I was, yeah. I'm like, these are really pretty. If my hands weren't messy, I'd spin the camera around so you could see. I've got some on bisque already to go in the kiln. I just don't like running my bisque empty, and I really, at the very least, try to do 200 ring dishes in every bisque load that I do for restocks. Who do I ship through? Yeah, I'm using Etsy, and I use the USPS, just the normal post office in my town. So it's pretty close to me. It works really, really well because I don't have a middleman. Like there's not like a company that picks my packages all up on one day. So people, I think, are, and you'll see it in my reviews, often surprised at how quick shipping is for me, just because I'm driving it over there and then it's in network, right? It's like it's working its way toward the person. It's not like sitting for days. Yeah, so USPS, and I generally ship Ground Advantage. It's sort of the first class mail equivalent. Yes, I love Audrey Lynn Pottery's videos. Yes. Transfers, it's one of those things because it immediately makes your piece look like something professional, right? That you could get in a store. So I feel like it's like a, it gives you that taste of like, wow, I made that. That's crazy. I feel like that's a good feeling. Like that's one of the steps as a beginning putter, right? When you make the thing that you know you would have bought if you saw it on a shelf somewhere else. When you make that thing, then you're like, all right, I'm getting somewhere. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know if she's really started yet, but I think Audrey Lynn's watercolors and her ability in that sort of area is so good that she should probably be making her own transfers and sort of investing in that and figuring out a way to make awesome transfers and sell them to everybody else, because I think that she's such an amazing artist outside of the ceramics world too, that she could really do a lot with that. I think that's part of finding your style too, right? If there's some sort of overlap in the rest of your life with what you do for pottery, that you can kind of, whenever the two merge, you kind of get even better. Yes, somebody's agreeing with me. She'd be great at that. Yes, I agree. I love watching sort of the progression of other potters online, especially those that post a lot, and you can kind of see if how their work's changing. I definitely know that being on YouTube in this last year and a half has definitely changed my pottery. Made me more aware of, I don't know, shortcuts I was taking that are better not taken, maybe. I feel like before I was just like grinding out a product sometimes, and I had done, ooh, they look pretty good, right? Anyway, yes, grinding out a product, and I'd done so many that I'd gotten to the point where I wasn't caring as much. And now I care a little bit more because people are seeing it. And so I'll try a little harder maybe on the bottoms, or just kind of revived my love of the craft or my desire to keep growing. Because there was a point where like, okay, I can do this one thing, I do it good enough, I'm making money, I'm making enough money to do what I want with it. But it wasn't fulfilling for me anymore, because I was just grinding at that point and feeling very, a little bit burnt out, honestly, before I started the YouTube channel. So it's been good for me to up the motivation. Great to see you all. Watch all your videos. Yes, hello. Is Far Forest Ceramics on, or are we just talking about her? Quinn said I didn't start selling until I couldn't move for pots. Yeah, there's piles. There are piles. I think, that first month that I started, when I was creating pieces, I think there was kind of a question mark in our house of like, hey, is this good enough? Is this good enough to sell? And my husband's like, I don't know, keep practicing. Maybe next month. But honestly, knowing what I know now about how quickly pottery seconds move in my shop. I think that those first pieces are probably fine, and I could probably sell them right now very quickly if I wanted to at a slight discount. But everybody loves a discount, so yeah, yeah. I know, it's always a question, right? Are you ready to sell? If your piece is not sharp and it doesn't hurt anyone, then you can sell it. Oh, hey, Fire Force Ceramics. Hey, Jeanette. Great to see you. I know some people are more strict about their rules about when they sell. I am not. How many years since I first started in pottery? Okay, so I think many of us do this, right? You start something and then you take it back up later in life. So I did pottery in high school. We had a kick wheel, and then we had one electric wheel that we would always fight over. And somebody asking me a question first. Fired on transfer paper. I'll have to look into that. I don't even know what that is. But yes, so I started in high school. I did it in high school. Pottery in college for me, I think I just didn't see eye to eye with the teacher, or I didn't necessarily, I don't know. I was very close with the photography teacher in college, so I majored in photography rather than pottery. Although I did take pottery classes. I took a raku class in college, and I think I took another just regular pottery class. But the teacher was very discouraging of wheel use. She definitely, and I get it, right? Because there's a problem like of just everything being kind of symmetrical and kind of the same sometimes. I mean, it doesn't have to be when you're throwing on the wheel, but I think this teacher had been doing it for 30 years and was so bored. What is she saying? Hi from Canada. What should I be doing with these boxes of things that flop with glazing? Oh, right. Yeah, what do you do with your flops? If anybody else can answer her question, answer it, because I have a pile of boxes over here of glazed flops. And actually, here, look. Can you see this tray here? This is also pretty much glazed flops that I keep thinking I might be able to grind the bottoms of and fix, and I probably am not going to be able to. Yeah, I have a lot of those too. I have a lot of those too. I don't know, maybe bury them in the yard for some archaeologist to find in 1,000 years. I haven't figured out what I'm doing with them. You know, if they can be cleaned up and sold as a second, then I will. If not, no. Did somebody say if I was going to NSECA, or was that Mecca? Sorry, that one went by before I responded. I have not been to NSECA, and I would love to go. For me, it's definitely just a scheduling issue. With me always doing weddings on weekends, it becomes really hard to find the time to do anything other than. Ooh, somebody says there's one of those smash rooms that I want to bring mine to. Yeah, I've seen that where you smash broken things. Well, you smash like plates and stuff for stress relieving. I'm probably in the minority here, but okay, I don't even want to smash them when they're bad. Like, I still love them. I am, yeah, I'm not a hoarder, but I love keeping pottery. No, it's just like you work hard on these things, and then you glaze them, and then I definitely, I have trouble letting go. Sometimes I'll look over at this pile of like things that I don't want to sand right here, and I'll be like, all right, today I'm going to throw away at least one of those. Ooh, somebody from France. Hi. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these usernames, but hello, person from France. That's fun because I have been researching vacations in France a lot lately. Bunch of us going to meet there together. Over 30 Potters off YouTube and subscribers. Where is that, Jeanette? Where are you going in March 2027? Because I could put that in my schedule now. And that would be fun. I would love to meet some people. Okay, NCECA 2027. All right. Baltimore, yes, it's a plan. Okay, I'm going. I'll go. Absolutely. I was thinking, because I know I looked it up, I think, what, next year, Chicago, or this year now is Chicago, and I was like, oh, but Baltimore is not that far from me, so I will go. It's a plan. We'll all go. And that would be fun, because we could meet up and hang out. Ooh, Mud Magic and Shoebox Studios. Yay. Oh, that would be so fun. Okay. I would love that. I know some people get into pottery and they get into it because they're doing this sort of like, you know, community classes, or they're going to a studio and they're learning with other people. And for me, it's been, when I started Pottery Back Up, it was just sort of working in this bubble. And then I know we got off topic before, but after college, I didn't do this for whatever it was, 20 years. I don't know how long it's been since I went to college. Let's not date myself too much. But yeah, I really didn't do it for the longest time. And then right at the beginning of the pandemic, I got a pottery wheel. And I was like, oh, that first $600 check that we got here in the US, I bought a pottery wheel with it. And I was like, I'm back in. And I'm like, oh, this works better than I remember. And then I was really all in. It took about, a week for me to be like, this could be a thing. I think that's many of us are like, we start it and then we're like, this is the thing. This is the thing I'm gonna do. Yeah. Oh, good. Jeanette's just like egging me on with all the people who are going to be at the 2027 NCECA. I am there. That sounds like a lot of fun. So don't schedule any weddings for March 2027. Got it. That I can handle. But yeah, so what I was saying is, like, many people start out in these community studios and then they have that sort of network of people to talk to about pottery. And because I just sort of bought a wheel during the pandemic and was just in my laundry room all by myself listening to some songs on repeat, that I just didn't have that sense of, I don't know, it's just more fun. It's more fun when you have somebody to share, somebody to ask questions, somebody to bounce ideas off of. I think. Which is another reason why I'd really like to build a building, because then it would be fun to have people over and share ceramics time with. Okay, so this little bit here, I'm just gonna leave it right there and try to stick on another. I'm not doing a ton today because I still have to pack my children up for vacation. Yeah, I don't even know what my kids would do on vacation without me. They'd have like one sock and one t-shirt and they'd be like, oh, we're fine. We smell funny, but it's fine. I'd be like, don't you want to pack a few more things? Anyway, they're not great at packing. So I suppose at some point there'll have to be the vacation where I just let them do it themselves and then they'll have to live with the consequences. But right now I'm just like, I want everybody to have all the things that they need. All right, the first one is always the hardest when you start a new piece of clay. If If anyone's judging me right now, yes, I know this one's not quite perfectly centered. I know, and I see over here I made a small one. That's okay too. So sometimes I do groupings of these where it's 5 even smaller bowls than what I normally make. And a lot of people love those for bead sorting. But yeah, I got, how many requests have I had this week? I've had so many requests this week for, how about a slightly, people want custom ring dishes, or like just a custom size, or just a 1/4 inch taller, or this or that. And I just have, at this price point, like I can't even, if I even respond to your message about the ring dish, I'm probably losing money. I'm like, I'm only charging $10 for these, and with Etsy fees and everything else, that comes down to maybe like $7. And then if they got free shipping, it's like $5. I'm just like, and people don't know. They see a $10, price tag, and they think that the artist is getting $10, but that's not really the case. Yeah. And you have to make a lot of $10 dishes to make a living, which I do, but it's hard. What do you guys think? Do you think that I could sell these ring dishes for more than $10? Or do you think I'm stuck if I keep selling on Etsy, playing the low price game? And pricing your work is always such a thing. Like I'm, I don't know, confident enough in my skill level. It's not like I'm selling a bad product. It's just, yeah, I want it to actually sell. It seems like there's always 2 camps of people who are pricing their work. The people who are pricing to sell, and pricing what their time and expertise is worth. Well, now I've made a tall one. That probably would fit in that person's incense burner. Yeah, I get that too. Like, oh, I've bought this thing from some box store, and I want this little thing to, yeah. Sometimes the requests I get, guys, are oh, Monson Pottery, because their commission is 50%. Ooh. That's a rough commission, 50% commission. I always wonder too, when I'm seeing other people's work in a shop, I'm like, well, how much of that money is actually going to them? How much of that is just like the gallery taking a cut off the top? That's hard. 50% is a lot. My mom is selling some work in a gallery up in Skowhegan now, and I think they charge a little less if you put in a day of work at the gallery. So it's wow, that's really 50% though. That's a lot. I'm trying to think. So then, well, I guess if I'm making $7 off a ring dish, I guess it's better than $5 if I was selling it at a gallery. But I read an article on this pottery guy, and they were talking about his $1 million pottery business, and I feel like now I'm getting that targeted advertisement about that his $1 million pottery business. And you're like, well, how do you do that? And it was She's saying the exposure is good because Monson is a huge artist community. Also, I work there part-time, so there are extra benefits. So maybe she's doing that same thing. Getting a slight deal if you work at the gallery. But yes, so how this potter was making huge amounts of money was basically he came up with a product. He was just basically more of a business person than a potter. Came up with a product, developed machines to sort of manufacture the product, and then hired people to do the job. So it's a lot, that's a lot different business scenario than a person throwing clay on the wheel. It makes you wonder, like, you know, do you have to, if you want to make a lot of money as a potter? Oh, Nuka Ceramics from Bon Air. Hi. Oh, I love your stuff. I often think about you with the parrots and the warm weather as I'm staring at this horrible snowy landscape out my window. I'm like, she's over there in the warmth. She's waving back. I know, I'm waving my muddy paws here. I am so excited to get some warm weather. So my flight on Friday, I'm flying into Texas. I've never been to Texas, and hopefully it'll be fun. It's funny, I think when I lived in Delaware, people would tell stories about Maine. Like, people from Delaware thought Maine was like, oh, moose on the streets, the great north, right? And I feel like for us, Texas, we're like, whoa, Texas is this weird big state. It's almost its own country over there. So I definitely, I know I have preconceived ideas about Texas that are probably completely made up, or I don't know. I guess it just comes from being way up here in Maine, very far away from Texas. But hopefully it'll be. Oh, hi Jeanette and Nuka. Yes, everybody's talking. Good. I'm glad you guys are all. I'm glad people stopped by. I really would like to go to Bon Air at some point. You had a black bear cross the road last year? Wow. Across the road. Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like, you know, people come on vacation in Maine and they, because we have so many moose crossing signs in places, they expect to see the moose crossing. And I don't know, I've seen a moose maybe twice in my entire life, having lived here all this time. So they're not like roaming. They're not roaming around in herds or anything. There's not a ton of them. Although I will say in my area, the deer population has definitely been growing. There's been a lot of just problems on the highway with deer running out, and it feels to me like the deer have realized that hunters don't hunt right next to the highway. So I feel like there's a whole bunch of deer that have learned that the highway grass is nice and safe and that they can just live by the highway and be safe. But then, you know, if anything startles them, you run the risk of them running out. So, yes, it is cold here. It is cold here. It is so cold. People, yes. I have tried to do dishes like this, and they are so thick that I will have to trim them, which defeats the speed aspect of throwing off the mound. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's the thing. It's one thing to sort of throw off the hump. It's another thing to throw kind of a little bit more accurately off the hump. Like I said, the first 10,000 of these I did. I definitely trimmed all of them because because I wasn't throwing accurately. And, you know, that's fine. That's fine. If you need to trim, you need to trim. And I also, before, you know, sort of throwing off the hump, I was also sort of doing this on, that one's, you know what? All right, we'll leave it. That one wasn't good, guys. That one wasn't good. Yeah, you just, yes. I mean, it's such repetition, but it's honestly for the thickness and getting the bottom cut correctly, it's a visual getting used to sort of guessing where that is. You know, there's a point where you're kind of like poking the needle tool into the bottom of a piece to see, hey, okay, is it an eighth of an inch thick on the bottom? Is it 16th? What am I doing here? And then, yeah, eventually though, you get to visually be able to see it a little bit better. But honestly, that really is the hard part of throwing off the hump. I don't know how you respond to someone in the chat. I am also an old lady. Gwen saying, yeah, she's seeing the deer increasingly on 95. It's scary. Agree. I mean, I want the deer to be safe and have a nice place, but I also don't want to see people getting hurt, you know? It's definitely dangerous. I was coming, back from Hannaford and saw, if anyone can help her, teach her how to respond in chat. I am muddy. My cat's being cute right in front of me. If I'm looking extra distracted, that's why. So my cat that is often in the same on Bon Air but with donkeys. Oh, that must be so interesting. So anyway, yes, my cat. So I have a catio. Does anybody have one of these where you have like a sort of an area for your cat to go outside, but it's completely protected and like sort of fenced in? So my cat has a series of fenced in tunnels that sort of depart from this window that's right behind my TV. So she can kind of go outside and get some of the fresh air and, you know, wild cat experience without being dangerous. So, ooh, it looks like you're figuring out how to do the chat feature. Good job, guys. Thanks for moderating, Gwen. I can't imagine seeing donkeys on the roadside. That must be really interesting. We went to VAK's, when was that? I guess it's a couple years past now, 2 or 3 years. And I was surprised, well, not surprised, I knew they were going to be there, but so many horses roaming around. But I felt like some of them weren't in the best of health that I saw. Says it's hard. I know you visit places and you're like, oh goodness, and you want to help, but obviously some of those animals don't want to be helped. But yeah, I know getting like veterinary care for animals that are just kind of wandering around is hard. I see too these, we have a problem with ticks here in Maine. And I know a lot of wildlife is suffering sort of from just tons of tick bites or ticks attaching to them, and it's but there's no one to really help these wild animals. I think they have, sometimes they'll do sort of like a tick treatment walkthrough, almost like if you put something on branches or something that a deer would walk through to kind of get a little bit of that like tick stuff on them. I wish we could do more. I wish we could do more to help the animals around and get our tick population under control here. At least in mid-coast Maine, I feel like that ticks are really on the rise. Gwen says in her past life she was in IT. Yeah, I am. My husband is sort of IT. He's sort of a lot of things. He's the computer expert, and he gets... It's hard when you're good at something, everybody asks you a question, and it's frustrating, I think, for him, because even when you're visiting family, people are aware that you're an expert, and then they're like, hey, I just have a quick question. And you're like, I'm not working right now. So I went to my husband's Christmas party this last December, and for me, I was questioning like, hey, should I bring my camera? Should I take pictures at this event? And it's hard because, you know, people know that I'm a photographer, right? And I take great pictures, but, you know, are you inviting me to the party because you want me at the party or because you want me to work at the party? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm always torn about that too because I would generally prefer to be taking pictures at a party than most other things. So, on one hand, I like it, they like it. I did not work at my husband's Christmas party though. I decided I would leave my camera at home and just kind of try to enjoy myself. I might have had more fun with the camera though. I don't know. No, I had a lot of fun. I just, it's hard. Family and friends come to me with their computers and sad faces. Yes, yes, I am mostly a photographer. Mostly, well, I make more money doing photography than I do doing ceramics. And I hope to be able to keep doing photography for a while longer. I know I look older, and it's photography, you know, you've got a lot of young brides, and I feel like young brides want younger people. But I'm still spry. I do a really good job. Yeah, I don't know. I still do, in general, shoot 60 weddings a year. That's what I've been averaging lately. And I know most photographers around here shoot more in the 20 weddings a year range. So I'm definitely a very productive photographer. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find time for everything. But I definitely love being at weddings. Yeah, I've shot more than 400 weddings at this point, and I definitely, well, hello, Rowie. Don't mess the camera up. My cat is, oh no. Oh no, she's headed for the litter box, and she's shaking the camera. Oh, that was my pots. Okay, she didn't break anything. All right. The tail swish of death. That's like you think she's gonna slide right by, but then she swaps her tail out and the pot's gone. You're like, no. Yeah, she's going outside. Check it out. Cat in a box. Yeah, 60 weddings a year. Yeah, it really is. So during the busy season here, I'll often shoot like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday wedding. And so those for me are generally 14-hour days. And then I'll edit those pictures. So if I do a Friday, Saturday wedding, I'll edit on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and those will all be 12 to 14-hour days. But yeah, I mean, you know, you can obviously see the overlap because I take so many photos, I edit so many photos. In doing my own pottery, it's very easy for me to sell online. It's just, you know, I have all the equipment, I know what I'm doing as far as editing those pictures, and I'm quick at taking new photos of the pottery, so I didn't get caught up in any of that. Temu stole my design and now Etsy's shut me down because they think I'm copying something on Temu, because I constantly take new photos of everything. I'm not sort of dealing with that same shutdowns and shop ban that many other people went through this last year. with Etsy. Although I hear Etsy's changed ownership maybe, so maybe things will be getting better as far as all that goes. Honestly, they've been a really solid platform for me the entire time I've used them, and I've never had really any trouble. Once in a while, I'll get a bad buyer who'll be like, you're like, okay, you're a scammer. Leave me alone. But usually you just kind of, all right. For me, it's just not worth it. I mean, I know that. So I had one recently. It was a soy sauce dish. She ordered it. I might have even talked about this before, but she ordered it, and it's just a little $12 dish, you know? It's like this. And like, I shipped it the next day, and then the day after, she asked for a refund. And I'm just like, you can send it back to me, and then you can get your refund, because I'm like, it hasn't even had time to arrive yet. Like, what are you thinking? And yeah. So I'm like, eventually, so this went on for weeks of her being like, pretending like that she couldn't print something, she couldn't return it, she wasn't sure how she could get to a post office to return it. And it felt to me like she just wanted a free thing. I'm hoping that wasn't the case, you know. Like, yeah, okay, we all want free things, but out of principle, I was like, you're gonna have to actually return the piece to get a refund. I can't just be like sending out pottery for free all the time. Yeah, so I did in fact even pay for her return shipping for her. I guess that was the compromise I came up with. Was I'm like, just because it's honestly it's not worth it to me. I mean, my budget's not so close that I can't handle a $12 hit, but it's hard when you think you're being taken advantage of, and you're like, oh. I'm like, this is making me feel bad. I should have already just given you a refund so that I could walk away and not think about it ever again. But it's hard. It's hard as a business owner too, right? You have a policy to try to stick to it, and then I see a lot on one of the Facebook groups of people coming back to potters after something's broken after a period of time, and I'm just like, it was obviously like smacked around in the dishwasher, like you can see the impact mark. You know, if you're, cheap item that you bought from whatever Walmart breaks in a year, you would never expect to get a full refund. I don't know, people just treat potters differently, I guess. Ooh, I have an air bubble. Pretty much never have an air bubble. And this far down in the piece, too. I don't even know if I can get it out. Cone up, cone down. This is the part where the other part where it gets, that bubble is still persistent. If anybody does have an air bubble like that, it's usually, it doesn't ruin the piece. I will just finish it and then sort of poke a hole through it when it's a little bit drier, like leather hard, and then just kind of smoosh the clay black in to repair the hole. If there's anybody who doesn't throw all the time watching. So it's not an automatic, destroy the piece moment. It's just try to remember which one it was and where the spot was so that you can fix it later. But yeah, my bucket of water is getting soupy. Hi, Mary. I think with the lives, because it doesn't necessarily update people very far in advance of when you're doing them. I need to kind of come up with a schedule and stick to it so that people know and can be ready ahead of time if they want to join a live. So I'm thinking about that schedule, and when I come back from vacation, I think I'm going to start trying a scheduled live weekly where we can do pottery challenges and pottery together. But right now, it's just a few of us here. A few of us here trying to motivate me to get through ring dishes, because I know I'm going to need these dishes done when I get back from vacation. I think one of the biggest expenses living here in Maine is the cost of heating your home. And I know that's different in different parts of the country, but here, so for our house, I had a oil delivery this week. I had a gas delivery. The oil delivery was $702. The gas was $190, and I had a $500 electric bill. So, and that's largely like, heating your house. So what is that? I don't know. It's like $1,500, which is a lot, I think, for fuel. Maine is a beautiful place to live, but it's a very expensive place to live in the winter. It makes you realize why so many people do something like a summer home rather than commit to full year living. How long will those last? So I'm afraid I'm probably going to need another oil delivery in 3 weeks. Yeah, the gas has been delivering every week and a half. It's expensive, but the electric is monthly. Yeah, it's an old farmhouse in Maine, and it definitely the cost of living here is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like, if you were just looking at my numbers, my mortgage payment, things like that, I spend more on heating the house in the winter than I do my mortgage. Gwen says, my last winter was horrible. I had 3 electric bills of 600 plus in a row. I'm balancing my furnace with a heat pump now. Yeah, we have a heat pump too, but this time of year, it just seems to be even more expensive to run than the oil furnace. And I also have a wood fireplace, and that's another whole thing, because every hour and a half, no matter what I'm doing for pottery, I have to go put wood in the fire and keep an eye on that. It's just like, it's almost like its own job. Yes, so yeah, always thinking about living somewhere warmer, or if there's a place I could do pottery in the winter that would be nicer to be in, and maybe even just less money, right? Because just the heating bills are so high. I feel bad for people on fixed incomes in this area, because it's just brutal, and been brutally cold. Yeah, I guess she's saying it has been warm for January. Here it all feels cold. Oh, actually, on a personal note, I found this, I don't know if you guys know that brand Uniqlo. I'm probably not even pronouncing that right, but it's a manufacturer of sort of like long johns and things, and they have been really, really warm. I'm like, I think that's what I needed all along. I just needed to be wearing a whole nother set of clothes under my clothes that are very insulating to make it through the Maine winter. Yeah, so it's not as bad in Oregon. That's good to know. That's good to know. So there's somewhere I could go that would not financially. Yeah, and I try to strategically run my kiln too, because it's yeah, if you run it on a cold night, hopefully some of that heat is being captured. So I have a venting system on my kiln too, so I'm trying to vent the air in this entire room when I'm running it. And then I also have a vent that I use when I'm cooling the kiln. So I basically have, it's sort of like one of those environment vents that's like sucks the air from the bottom of your kiln out the window. So I've been using that when I'm cooling my kiln. So my kiln cools a lot faster than many other potters because I use that. But at the same time, this time of year, you're just like, oh, but I'm losing the heat out the window, but I don't want chemical heat. I want heat that smells nice. It's always a balance, I know. I feel like I've got another air bubble in here too. Oh, it's probably where I put the other piece of clay on top of this one. Know if we can get one more after this. I'm almost done, guys. One more dish and then I'm going to go run my errands. I was considering getting a pedicure today. I haven't gotten a pedicure for like 2 years. I'm not like a girly girl, right? And I can't really, you know, have nails because of the pottery. But I'm considering treating myself or doing something fun like that today too. If I have enough time. After I do all my Etsy shipping. Somebody's saying do it. Yeah, right? I know, it's so fun. It's like, yeah, sometimes these small indulgences, you have to like be nice to yourself, especially in the winter. And especially with the news. It's definitely all right, I'm making this last piece of clay into a soy sauce dish. I have to kind of compress the, I'm not normally like, oh, you must compress the bottom kind of person, but because I had that other piece of clay on here before we started this piece of clay, I'm trying to get the two pieces to be one. All right. That's good. Because of the dryness in this room, these will probably be bone dry tonight. So we'll know if I didn't throw any well. They'll crack on the bottoms at that rate. All right. That's everyone. All right. Hi, kitty. I can't pat you. No scratchies. All right. I'm all done, guys. I feel like this was kind of longer than I expected. I was probably not paying attention. How many dishes did I throw? 24, 48, what's that? 58, 60, 60, 68 dishes or something like that. So pretty good. Hey, stop. Thanks for stopping by. Jolyn Plays in the Dirt. Off to load a bisque. Yes, and I am off to maybe get my nails done. I hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and let me know when you think a good time for us to do sort of pottery challenges when I come back would be, so that we can kind of plan it out, get together, and have fun. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.